Hello, I am Tirthesh. You are watching Techmania World of Knowledge. Today, in this class, let us discuss one of the very important concept in Boolean algebra called as K-map. Okay, so this map in second view computer science state paper. The sum of this concept will be having for 5 months. So please watch this video carefully till the end and understand this concept properly. So let me start with K-map. So what is this K-map? Well, K-map is been abbreviated as Kernow map, or it is been defined, or we can say it is been the abbreviation of the K-map is Kernow map. Okay. So why is this K-map is been used when we have a Boolean algebra or Boolean theorem? Because here when we use a Boolean theorem, we require proper set of data. We require proper set of data. For that data, we are going to have some theorems. Okay. So that theorem, if we don't know the theorem, or if we stuck somewhere to reduce the expression, at that time we can't reduce it properly. For that reason, to make that bit to make the complex things bit easier. For that reason, we use this K-map. Okay. A K-map is known as Kernow map. This was developed in 1953. Okay, this remember this era. The 1953 is the era of third generation computer. Okay, generation computer. In between of the second and third generation. Okay, not third generation. In between of second and third generation computer, where your IC came into exist. IC circuits came into exist. So at that time, this K-map was being introduced. This is known as Kernow map. Okay. Why is this name given Kernow? Because this was introduced by Maurice Kernow. Okay. Maurice Kernow. Anyhow, you just pronounce as you know. I am going to pronounce that as Maurice Kernow map. Okay. This was developed by Maurice Kernow map. So why he developed that? Because we all know that our system knows zeros and ones. Okay. And to reduce that expressions using a zeros and ones is very difficult. Okay, when we have some difficult terms like x bar, y bar, z bar, whole bar, plus x, y, z bar, some stringy or some difficult pattern, at that time we can't use our Boolean theorem. Okay, Boolean theorems. At that time we need to reduce the expression, but we can't use the Boolean theorem side. We face a difficulty. To reduce the difficulty, this Maurice Kernow invented a diagrammatic representation called as K-map. And also, I can also explain in different way also. Why here explain? Because as you all know, when we provide some data, or when we deliver a speech, when we deliver the speech only by the words, at that time you feel very difficult to understand what he is saying, or what he is going to approach at that time. So when you have some diagrams and you have some map rolling on that, or you have some cartoons or some pictures regarding to the lecture, you will understand easily, or you will feel that it is very attractive. For that reason, Boolean theorem, it is completely based on theoretical part, and where you have only theorems like De Morgan theorem, distribution law, and some certain number of amount of theorems. So at that time you feel difficulty to understand what is this theorem actually, or to solve or to reduce the expression also it is very difficult. To reduce that, he invented this K-map, where we have some mapping concepts. Also we pair a data, or we do some calculation using a diagrammatic representation. For that reason, this K-map is very important. So what is this K-map actually? A K-map is known as graphical display of a fundamental products of truth table. So what is a truth table? A truth table is a mathematical table where you have the inputs, outputs, and result. A result means it tends to be a solution, which is the perfect solution you are going to provide. This is known as truth table. And a truth table also provides a natural result where you don't have any complications. But when a complicated sum exists inside a truth table, you feel very difficulty. Say for the example, the rows or columns will extend. In truth table, when the complicated sums come, the columns will extend like something else. So when the columns extends, you feel difficulty to work on the truth table. To make that easier, we come across this K-map. Okay. So what does the K-map do? Say I will draw some for K-map. Okay. Then I will explain you what is the K-map. Okay. So this is known as a K-map, and here some images we are going to draw, or we do something or to reduce the expression. So when we do this, we will get easier than this, because we can solve the K-map up to 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Remember, we can solve the K-map up to 2, 3 and 4 variable K-map. What is that? I would explain. This video consists only the introduction of K-map. That it will not have any other things. Okay. So this variable, see, look at this and look at this. So here also this is 2 variable K-map, but we have different kinds of only 4 rows. But when we have a 2 variables in the truth table, and your expected or the reduction expression is very longer, at that time this is very difficult. For that reason we use a K-map. So K-map is also called as Witch diagram. It is also, the other name for K-map is Witch diagram. So as we all know, a K-map we can draw 2, 3 and 4. So there are 2 types of K-map. One is K-map to reduce the expression. We can use K-map for 2 types. First one is we can use the K-map. We can use the K-map for SOP, and also we can use the K-map for POS. SOP means sum of product. Okay. POS means product of sum. Okay. So K-map will be used for 2 types. One is for reducing the expression in SOP format, and also to reduce the expression in POS format. So you already gone through how do I reduce the expression in the SOP format. When you have a larger number of data, we get into a confusion which theorem suits that part, or which theorem suits that expression to work on. Also we come into the confusion where what theorem makes right, or whether this given expression is in a reduction form of SOP or reduction form of POS. This is very difficult to understand. For that reason we use this K-map in SOP and POS. So let me give a brief recall for the SOP and POS. You all know SOP means sum of product. So in SOP, what does we say? This is be represented in a sigma. Okay. The input will be 1. We doesn't care for a plus a bar, and the representation of the K-map in SOP format is small. And POS for the product of sum. In product of sum, pi is the representation format for the function. 0 is the output, and we neglect a into a bar. A into a bar we neglect, and we represent them in a capital. So this is the product of sum and sum of product. So SOP means where we represent min term. Remember one thing, where we represent min term. This is called SOP. Where we represent max term. This is called as PO, sum of product and product of. So one more thing, when I say a min term, it will be xy plus yz. This is min term. When I say max term, it will be x plus y into y plus x. So this is the min term and this is the max term. So this is the brief or some recall of some min term and max term. So now let us continue with our K-map. As I said to you that we can reduce the expression in 2 variable format, 3 variable format and 4 variable format. So let me show the representation and how do I draw K-map. Okay. So when we draw K-map, we should first check out our input x plus xy, x plus y. That will be like this, or xy. Okay. Or I may give as f of x comma y, which is equal to sigma of 1 comma 2, 0 comma 1, or we can 0 comma 1. Let me 0 comma 1. First, you don't take attention on this part. Let me complete this much first. In this video I am going to complete only this part. I am not going to touch this part. Clear? In this video I am not going to touch that part. Let us complete our LHS first. Then we can go for RHS. Let me take like this. So whenever you get the sum like this, so first thing, what is your work? You should check for this symbol. So this symbol represents whether we need to reduce our expression in SOP or POS. This states that whether I should convert my term or I should reduce my term in SOP or POS. First you should check for this. Okay, this sigma says I should convert my term in SOP format. Clear? I should convert my term in SOP format. Next, you come across this side. So you have 1 and 2 means whenever we are going to draw a K-map. A K-map is just a rectangular box with some squares. Okay, rectangular box with some squares. Each square represents min term or max term. Okay, each term represents min term or max term. So this is what came up. So to draw this rectangular box, we have some formula. It is called as 2 to the power of n. This is called 2 to the power of n. What does the 2 to the power of n mean? 2 means we are going to work on binary values. We are going to work on binary values. N means number of input. What is this? Number of input, which is 2. 2 means it is a binary number. N means it is known as number of inputs. So this is what the formula means. 2 to the power of n means whenever we are going to draw a K-map, we require some certain amount of squares or certain amount of rectangles. So how we draw rectangle without knowing anything? We draw a rectangle using this formula. Okay. So 2 to the power of n, when we draw a rectangle, we should use 2 to the power of n formula. So now let us draw a K-map for first 2 variable K-map. Okay. So when we draw 2 variable K-map, we should have 2 terms, right? So I am going to take directly 2 terms, x and y. So 2 to the power of x and y are my input. F of x and y are my input. So what is this 2 to the power of 2? Which is equals to 2 to the 4, right? 2 into 2, which is equal to 2 to the 4. Next. So here what is the formula? 2 to the power of n. So this is what we should draw 4 squares inside a rectangle. So what we do, let us draw a square. Okay. I have got 4 boxes, right? 4 boxes. First work is done. I am drawing this square. Now I should have my inputs, right? This here we have in a K-map we have one line. This line is called as separator. Okay, separates x and y. Okay. Next, here the representation of term 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 and 0 1, or I can say as 0 and 1 directly because they have the 2 variables, right? So it is not an issue. 0 and 1. I can say 0 and 1 also. So this is how we represent them. Now we should number them. Means here when I say a binary number 0 to the power of 2 or binary number means 0 0 0 1, right? Means 0 1 and 2. 0 1 2 means or 4. We can say 4, right? So 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. I should get this much. Means I say that as 0 1 2 3. These terms are called as representation. Okay, representation or the place of the numbers. Okay. So how do I write the places now? Now to write the places I am going to use here like 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is the empty shell 2 variable representation. For this we say empty shell 2 variable representation. So now you know that I am drawing SOP. So in SOP, if 0 means it is known as x bar, 1 means it is known as x. So 0 here I am going to name them as x bar and x. x bar, y bar, sorry, y bar and y. Okay. Now, how do I do that? Just multiply them from here and here. X bar, y bar, x bar, y. Okay. X, y bar, x and y. So I am going to write here directly now. 0, 0 means x bar, y. So this SOP form. 0, 1 means x bar, y. 1, 0 means x, y bar. 1, 1 means x and y. So you can see. So this is the representation. So this is called known as two variable K map. So now let us directly draw three variables. So you understood. So what is this? This is a rectangular box which each square represents as either the minterm or maximum. In my sum I am going to represent the minterm, and here the place values, placeholders of this square box. What does the placeholder say? And this is known as operator of the input x and y. Here we are going to name them. What does this square say? We are going to name it. This is known as two variable. Two variable K map. So now let us draw three variable K map. Okay. So only I am going to show you how do I draw my variable K map and how do I multiply them. Clear? So now three variables. So 2 to the power of n. So my value will be f of x, y and z is equal to sigma of some numbers. So x, y and z, right? So three variables means it is at 2 to the power of n, which is equal to 2 to the power of 1, 2, 3, which is equal to 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 6, sorry, 8. 8. So 2 to the power of 8 means I should have my rectangle up to one rectangle consists of 8 squares. Okay. So how do I draw now? So I am going to draw the rectangle. Okay. Divide them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now how do I separate now? This separate like this. X, Y, Z. So 0 and 1. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Okay. So now carefully watch this. So now I am going to put my place values, that's 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here I am going to write my namings. So x bar and x. So when I say y bar, z bar, y bar, z, y, z, y, z bar. Okay. So how do I multiply them? So this will be multiplied with all four. Okay. Now x bar, y bar, z bar, x bar, y bar, z, x bar, y, z, x bar, y, z bar. Now this will be multiplied 4. Okay. Now x, y bar, z bar, x, y, z, x, y bar, z, x, y, z, x, y, z bar. So this is how a three variable K map looks like. So three variable K map means, so it should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 to the power of 3, 8 squares. Each square represents either the minterm or maximum. So this is the three variable K map. So now let us quickly draw four variable K map also. So to draw four variable K map, we should require four input values, four literals. Okay. So four literals. So 2 to the power of n. Okay, which is equals to f of x, y, z. Sorry, w, x, y, z. There is your sigma. It will be something. So whenever I say two variable K map, it means four squares. Means up to four data we can store. Three variable K map means it is 8 squares. Up to 8 numbers I can from two variable means 0 to 3. In binary values I can use 0 to 3. 8 variable means 0 to 7. 4 variable means 16 boxes I can use 0 to 15. So you should know this. These are the binary variables. Binary variable. Okay. So now let us quickly draw wx by z. Wx by z. So 2 to the power of n means 2 to the power of 4, which is equals to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 16. So how much I should draw? I should draw 16 squares in one rectangle. So let me draw 16 squares quickly. So one box, bigger box. So one bigger box. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I am going to separate them. Separate means, now how do I separate? As you all know, LHS separate the column. So first part I should write always down Wx. Next part I should write Y Z. Okay. Now I should number them. So to number, how do I do the number now? So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Because I am starting from 0 and ending also, we should start from 1. Start number. So again 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Clear? So now let us represent, or let us put the placeholders. So to write the placeholders, we should write the placeholders, right? So here 0, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, this is for 8 by representation. Now here 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So 12, 13, 14 and 15. So this is known as empty 4 variable k-map, and very important for 3 marks. So how do I draw empty 4 variable k-map? You should know. Now let us give the naming. Okay, the naming also is important, right? So now 0 or W00 means, in this SOP we say 0 means x bar, right? So W bar x bar. So W bar x, W x, W x bar. Now here Y bar Z bar, Y bar Z, Y Z. So next we have Y Z means here Y Z bar. So now let us write the numbers. Okay, or let us write the placeholders or mean term places. Okay. So now what I should do? I should multiply with this. So W bar x bar y bar z bar. W bar x bar y bar z bar. So W bar x bar y bar z. So W bar x bar y z. W bar x bar y z. Next I'm going to write here. So W bar x y bar z bar, W bar x y bar z bar. So W bar x y bar z, W bar x y z, W bar x y z bar. Okay. Next, now I should write, right? W x y bar z bar, W x y bar z, W x y z, W x y z bar. Okay. Next here W x bar. So wait a while. So I will just extend my line properly. So W x. So W x bar, y bar and z bar. W x bar y bar z, W x bar y z, W x bar y z bar. So this is known as 4 variable k-map. And one of the important sum, using this sum or using only this, reduce the k-map using the 4 variable k-map. This is very important and you will gain 5 marks. So this is the 4 variable k-map. So hope you understood the introduction of k-map. In next video I am going to come how to solve this k-map. How do we solve this k-map? So thank you for your patience and thank you for your support. Thank you.